Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just another update here on Sundial. As you follow my channel, I've covered this one numerous times. It's one I love to hate, hate to love, however you look at it. It's pain at times. A lot of people like this stock, but I've been having my doubts for quite a while here. You can see what it's done over the last year. Had the nice run up on February 10th and been coming down ever since then. In the last 3 months, it's down about 14%. In the last week, it's down 5.6%. In the last week, it's down over 2%. And here today, it's down about 5%. This is Sundial, ticker SNDL. I have 210 shares here at $1.04 cost basis. I started buying this one about a year or so ago at the 50-60 cent range, and made quite a few videos on this one. A lot of people follow this one. A lot of people like this stock. Like I said, it just needs to prove itself. Plus, it needs to get back up over $1 to before it gets delisted. I've mentioned that numerous times. So right about since June, it hasn't been above $1. So there it was pushing it, but couldn't do it. So it needs to stay over $1 for, I believe, a couple weeks, so it doesn't get delisted. I was looking for some information on that. I'll have to do some more digging on that and see what I can come up with. But I do have some updated information on this one. If you don't know much about this one, it's a MJ play. Feel free to read over that. Been around since 2006. 70.98 million with the average of 76.66 million. A $1.27 billion market cap. And here's a look at their last earnings. Next one is coming up on March 17th. And as you can see, I haven't bought any of this one for a couple months, and you can see I'm down about 20 cents since I bought here on April 20th. So have not touched this one in a while. I've thought about it to lower my cost basis, but as you can see, I'm deep enough in this one and have somewhere this one in a retirement. So I think I'm actually in the green in my retirement account. I think it's still a cost basis of 60 cents or something like that, which isn't too much in the green, as you can see. Bing shows this one as a hold, currently at 62 cents. Sundial Growers moved up 2.29. Why it's important, and this is dated here yesterday on the 27th. So Sundial closed a trading session at 67 cents on 12/23. The day's price range saw the stock hit a low of 65 cents, while the highest price level was 69. The company's report on December 13, 2021, that Alcana announces a postponement of the special meeting regarding the proposed plan of arrangement to January 7, 2022. So you might want to put that on your calendar and see what the share price does then. Special meeting of Alcana shareholders is postponed to January 7th, 2022. So we'll see what happens then. Only 56.29% of Alcana shares eligible to vote have voted, as the original deadline to vote by proxy of December 10, 2021. The current voting results show a lack of sufficient support to reach the necessary 66 2/3% threshold of votes cast to consummate the arrangement. So we'll see what happens on that date. And feel free to pause and go over the rest. This kind of goes over some ratings. We'll go over those here at the end. Sundial Growers Stock, bull versus bear, and it's been rather bearish for quite a while. As a result of being a favorite among meme stock traders, Sundial isn't a typical MJ company with a market cap of $1.3 billion and a trailing revenue of $46.2 million. Canadian dollars, $36.5 million. Sundial is neither profitable nor rapidly growing. While there's reason to believe that those conditions could be improving, there's also a strong chance investors could do better by looking elsewhere. Let's consider one argument in favor of buying Sundial stock and one argument against it to determine if it's a good choice to add to your portfolio. And I've thought about buying some more shares, but it just keeps going down, so I've just been holding it and see what happens with it. But yields from its MJ crop are higher than ever, with 50 grams or 1.8 ounces produced per square foot of cultivation space, and cannabinoid yields are breaking records, with the company's plants producing their highest percentages of THC since its inception. At the same time, its gross average selling price per gram of MJ in the third quarter was $3.23 or $2.50, which is significantly higher than $2.6 or $2.67 Canadian or $2.07 per gram it reported in the same quarter last year. So there's always good things going on with this company. The stock price just doesn't reflect it ever, so still trying to figure this one out along with everybody else. Furthermore, total expense have fallen as a portion of the quarterly revenue by 9.5% in the last year. Combined trends of falling expenses, rising selling prices, and rising yields will soon be making major positive impacts on the bottom line. Then there's the investment segment, which is currently working on an acquisition of Alcanna, a Canadian liquor chain that is also a majority shareholder in a major Canadian MJ retailer. The Alcanna shareholders agree to purchase Sundial. Will have the largest MJ retail footprint in Canada with around 180 stores. Transaction is expected to be worth a total of 346 million Canadian or $268 million in stock, and it could close in Q1. And some Sundial is working to supercharge its revenue-making potential. The next year could be highly lucrative for its investors. Right there makes me want to keep holding my shares, but I've heard stuff like that before, so bear case, too many alternatives. Sure, Sundial has improved considerably. The company posted a profit in its latest quarter. It's planning to acquire Alcanna. Sundial even announced plans to buy back shares, but none of that is enough to outweigh the fact that other stocks offer better risk-reward propositions. Find out several U.S. multi-state MJ operators that are much more profitable than Sundial growers. I'll point out just the two of them, Green Thumb and Trueleaf. I've done videos on them in the last week. I believe those are both over-the-counter stocks, and they're both appreciating in value instead of going down in value. So good stocks to have. So I'll link those in the description, but you can find those in my library within the last week. And just going to continue scrolling through the rest of this information. This also talks about what I've talked about here on the channel before. MJ legalization is sweeping over North America. 15 states plus Washington, D.C. have all legalized recreational MJ over the past few years, and full legalization came to Canada in October 2018. So we're about 3 years here in the United States behind Canada already. And one under-the-radar MJ company is poised to explode from this coming MJ revolution, because a game-changing deal just went down between the Ontario government and the Powerhouse Company, and you need to hear the story if you have even considered investing into pot stocks. Moving on here, Sundial, the most interesting shares today, and this is dated on the 28th, which is actually today. Trading at 65.78 million Sundial shares, and I've seen this traded in the billion, I think 2 billion at one time, so that's probably what we need to see to get it back up above $1 again. Shares changed hands as company beta touched zero, with the company share price of 64 changed hands at minus 3 cents or minus 4.21% during the last session. The market value stood at $1.29 billion. Sundial's last price was a discount, traded about minus 518.75 off of its 52-week high of $3.96. Share price had its 52-week low of 45 cents, which suggests the last value was 29.69% up since then. When we look at Sundial Growers, the average trading volume, we note the 3-month average coming to 114.19 million. Here's some more trade information. Here's some estimates and forecasts. We'll go over some ratings here at the end of the video. Kind of goes over some analysts. How's the market feeling about Sundial Growers? Short percent of the float has risen 3.5% since its last report. The company recently reported that it has 315.87 million shares sold short, which is 28.98% of all regular shares that are available for trading. Based on the trading volume, it would take traders 2.8 days to cover their short positions on average. This kind of goes over why short interest matters. Here's a Sundial Growers short interest graph. So you can see the growth since October. We'll just call that about 280. This is probably about 290, 290, maybe 295, just above 300, and that's probably about 310, 320. So it's increasing. Comparing Sundial's short interest against its peers. Moving on over here to Reddit. Let's say you woke up tomorrow and Sundial was $50. What would you do? Sold. Instantly. Without even blinking. I'd probably do a market order if it was that. I never do market orders, but just to get rid of it. That would be a nice profit. Over here on StockTwits, currently at 61 cents with a low of 45 cents, high of 396, and a $726.88 million market cap. My precious. Some days I would say it would be my precious if it would get up to $2-3 again. I'm bullish as heck on it, but it needs volume in the billions range. 7 to 8 billion to get anywhere $1 unless we get bigger whales in this play. Keeping the baby. Almost 100 mil again. This thing is going for 100 plus. Promo ends this week. And I have a couple links for Webull and Moomoo. I think you could get 5 stocks on Moomoo. So those links are in the description. My prediction tomorrow will come out at 8:30 tomorrow. Over here on MSN Money, currently showing Sundial as a hold. And tip ranks, currently at 61 cents, showing at hold with a 45% upside to 89, high of 97, low of 80. But if you have Sundial, go ahead and list that in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you want to add. If you have any more information about the delisting, date when that could possibly happen, that would be appreciated to throw that in there and take a look. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.